What's up, everybody? Welcome to Carl's Collects Comics. This is a channel that's all about working with collectors to help them build up their collection, find some really cool books, and it's all about me passing on to new and intermediate collectors stuff that I've learned about the hobby. And I've got a whole group of friends that are on the different shows with me. Glad that you guys could be here tonight. Just a couple quick announcements so that everybody knows what's going on. This is the giveaway show. This is our weekly web series where we talk about the news and important comic news of the day, and we go over that. And then we do something that everybody knows about. We give away comic books. That's right. We got some really cool DC books that we're going to be giving away tonight, courtesy of one of our panelists, Teresa Newell. And so we're excited about that. But we also have, in addition to our Wednesday night live stream that is about the news of the day and different themes and stories that are going on. And there is a lot today because if you were paying attention, the comic internet has exploded with all the DC Studios news that came out yesterday. So we are very excited about a lot of those things. We're going to unpack as much of it as we can in the time that we have. But in addition to Wednesday nights, the giveaway show, we also have on Monday nights, Monday Hauls Live. That's our weekly live stream web series where we go over the past week to week and a half's worth of new comic book pickups. All kinds of cool books that we go over. That's hosted by myself and Professor MT, the encyclopedic bearer of knowledge when it comes to comic books. He's always got some great recommendations, and we've been recently added by Mr. Michael Presas, who always is ahead of the curve and has really cool books to show. In addition to those, we also do Friday night features, and those are different videos that go live during the day on Friday. Over the past couple of weeks, we've gotten to see the top 10 Punisher comics. These are my picks for the top 10 Punisher comics to add to your collection. You can find that video here on the channel. You can also find, appropriately now, the top 10 Booster Gold comics to add to your collection. Booster Gold number 1 has shot up, and as you know, we gave one of those away last week along with numbers 2, 3, and 4. That person has easily doubled their winnings just from the news of the new HBO Max Booster Gold show. So we're excited about that. But also on Fridays as well, we have started a new monthly series called Creator Interview. And one of the coolest things going right now is that our second month in February, we're going to have writer David Pepose on Friday, February 24th at 11 a.m. Central. David is currently writing Savage Adventures for Marvel. He's writing the OZ, Going to the Chapel, Spencer and Locke, and my personal favorite, Scout's Honor. That's another one of his independent titles. Well, David is going to be joining me for a creator interview on Friday, February the 24th at 11 a.m. That's going to be a little bit different for us because usually we're a later night channel, but a lot of our creators that I'm talking to are going to be needing to do it during the day. So I'm very excited about that and looking forward to it. Glad that David was willing to step in and sit down. And this new podcast style interview that we're doing, I think is going to be, it's already proven very popular. A lot of people tuned in last month for the Joffrey Cotton interview. Got a lot of cool stuff out of it, a lot of good questions, good audience. So make sure and stick with us on Friday, February 24th if you're able to, 11 a.m. Central. And I can't wait to announce some of the other people that I'm talking to that are going to be appearing as well. It is such a cool range of talent that we're going to get to. Modern stuff, classic stuff, even people that appear on TV shows. I'm very excited about that one. But yeah, looking forward to announcing all those. But tonight we're going to be talking about the DC Studios news that has dropped. I mean, there is a bunch of it. We're going to go through it piece by piece. But before we get really started and going with that, we're going to go ahead and go to the chat. But I want to just say hi real quick to y'all and say thank y'all for being here. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm glad that you're here tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some cool giveaways. Teresa's going to show that off in just a moment. But I just want to say thank you again for helping making this one of the fastest growing new channels that is out there. And it's all thanks to all of you and you being a part of this community, this little corner of the comic book community. And I love it. And so the giveaway show is all about promoting generosity in the comic book community, getting people to consider the idea of acts of kindness and just giving away out of their abundance. So thank you all so much for being here. Let's go to the chat and see who all we've got here hanging out with us. But first and foremost, Mr. Andrew Kai. It's good to see you, Andrew. Glad that you're here. Andrew's one of our frequent winners that sent quite a few books to him. So it's good to see you here, Andrew. Comic Tracks, what's up? This is the alter ego of, or the secret identity of Press Niche Worldwide. So we're glad that he's here hanging out with us as well. El Green, got a chance to talk to El Green on the phone yesterday, and that was fun. He lives he calls it God's country. El Green, I've got to agree with you. It is beautiful scene. I was, for several minutes after we got off the phone, I was just looking at pictures of your part of the country, and it is gorgeous. I am a little bit envious, to be completely honest. Johnny Five Alive, yes, we are late. We were late. This was another late night for me. Wednesdays have gotten a lot tougher because I work later and then with increased family obligations, but we're all here. I'm very excited about the panel we've got. Jonathan Dotson, what's up? Good to see you, sir. Tony Stank, always good to see you in the chat, sir. Hey, there's one of our panelists, Teresa Newell, hanging out in the chat. And some greetings. Mr. Collector is giving some of the behind-the-scenes secrets because Paul, in addition to the hair coloring, he's also got to use hefty amounts of makeup. So, but not all of us ages gracefully. So, we do what we got to do. Mary Jimenez, it's good to see you. Glad that you're here. There's Jonathan Dodson and El Green Machine again. Mary Jimenez. Let's see. I hope he matches his lipstick. He didn't. He never does. Does Paul's hair dye have to be reapplied every day? That's some cheap. Yes, it does have to be reapplied with a full paintbrush is what we're down to at this point. Amazing Spider Flint, what's up? Good to see you as well. Let's see. Hey, Carlos, Mr. Collector, and what's his face? Oh, yeah, Paul. Okay, hey. Oh, he said, hey, Jen, but Jen is not with us. I think he works on Wednesdays now. Card Shop Reality, what's up? Good to see you as well, sir. Hey, there's a name I haven't seen in a little bit. Agu Rhythm, good to see you. Glad that you're here with us. There's Brooklyn Born. What's up, Brooklyn Born? Hey, Mike Bravo. Yeah, Wednesdays I just can't make it to the comic shop anymore. It's gotten harder and harder to do it. So yeah, it's just difficult. Geek Out with Roscoe. What's up? Paul wears makeup. Couldn't tell. We didn't say he wore it well. We just said that he wears it. All right. So, hey, let's go ahead and bring out the panel. What's up, our Agri-Rhythm? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, we got some cool giveaways. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Teresa Newell. Teresa is a big get for us because she always brings some cool grace to the panel and always has some good knowledge and some wisdom to drop. So, and she jumped in and said, hey, I'm going to do the giveaway today. So let's go. I'm going to go to you first, Teresa. And let you. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. All right, Teresa.
What's up, bums? How's it going?
Oh Lord!
I mean, the biggest bum, you can hear him back there mumbling.
Right. He's mumbling in the background.
Right.
Indistinguishably.
That's it. All right, you guys, smash that like button. Let's get it up. If you guys are just getting here, let's get it up to 25 likes, and then we'll do the giveaway.
Nice.
Let's do that. All right, guys, I've got some great stuff. I've got Dark Knight's Death Metal number 4. This is a Tyler Kirkham variant, so y'all know that this is a good book. And then I've got the Dark Crisis Free Comic Book Day. I think it's a first appearance of somebody, and I can't remember without looking right offhand. And then I've got Punchline the Gotham Game number 1.
Wow.
So you guys. This is the giveaway for one lucky person. So
wow, nice.
Make sure you all are hitting that like button. Let's show Carlos some love here.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for being with us, Teresa. It is always fun when you're on the panel. Hey, I want to do a quick shout out real quick before we go. Say, hey, TM Nerdy, what's up? Good to see you. You guys make sure and check out TM Nerdy's channel. I was watching one of his videos earlier today and really enjoyed it. So y'all check out his channel. And then I think also Geek Out with Roscoe also has a pretty cool YouTube channel. You check these guys out and see what they've got going on. Look out behind you. Geek Out with Roscoe. All right. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Glad that you were here. But let's keep it moving. Let's go to Mr. Collector next.
Hey, what's up, everyone? First, I just want to say it's always great to be here, and every Wednesday, seeing everyone in the chat, everyone that comes on the panel. Teresa, I'm glad you're back. We haven't had you in a while, so I'm glad you're back. And we have another special guest tonight. So it's going to be a great show. Like I said, we have a lot to talk about. So I guess we'll pass it on to the next person. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's keep it moving right along to the man in the pink room. Here he is, Weapon X.
What's up? Another week here on the giveaway, the great giveaway channel. Thanks for joining, everybody. And yeah, like you talked about, Carlos, the announcements, everything's been blowing up with Booster Gold. I was just checking before the show some of the prices. This one guy here, where'd it go? Look at this. He has Booster Gold issues 2, 3, and 4. He's asking like $59 for it. Look at that, $59. Look at that picture he's got. It's crazy. But you know what? On the same note, El Green, that came in my room, and I don't know what she did with your winnings from last week, but they've been misplaced. But I'm going to find some free comic book day replacements just for you, bud. So don't worry about that. I got you.
All right. So the chat has caught on. Let's go ahead and jump to, let's see, Paul, you there?
Oh, man, I cannot believe I'm disrespected like that. Wow. Yeah, you ain't lying. That ain't my roomie. All right.
Come on, Paul, turn on your camera.
All right, I am here. The real pink room. You know, that imposter.
Wait, how did
that imposter?
How are they doing this?
That guy's an imposter.
How are they doing this?
All right, so I got one announcement to make. And I was told I wasn't allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it for y'all tonight. So Power Show has another person that they
I'm about to bump him from the
So this guy is going to be at the Power Show. They've confirmed it.
Oh.
Mr. Carl Barberry. He's done
Carlo.
Yeah, Carlos Barberry.
Carlo.
Let me talk. So he did Primos. and he did a Deadpool and Spawn and a couple of Blue Beetle issues. So he will be at the Power Show.
Nice.
So yeah,
Paul,
y'all heard it first.
Quick.
I was not allowed to say anything, but I said I'm gonna bring it to you guys. Y'all guys are the first ones to hear it.
So that's an exclusive announcement then, Paul, right?
Yep, I wasn't allowed. I bet you Strictly is gonna be calling me in a few
Yes,
minutes.
yeah, you're gonna get the mean text in just a second here.
Technically.
All right. Strictly, I tried to stop him, but he pulled the cat out of the bag. Hey, I'm super excited about this. I didn't even know about this, and I'm very excited because Carlo Barberi is the artist behind
Carlos
my
Barberi.
favorite new Hispanic superhero series. So in addition to a ton of other stuff like Paul mentioned, so y'all make sure if you are going to do the mail-in submission, Paul, how do they do mail-ins for?
They haven't got through it yet, but supposedly it's in the works. Hopefully one auction will be able to tell, or it may be on the website. So, but like I said, he's doing it for you guys to send it in. But they didn't want me to announce it, but I was like, I'm on the giveaway show. I got this to send out. I'm going to put it on here and let you guys know first.
Nice. Well, man, I'm glad.
And he's from Monterrey, Mexico, so he's gonna come over here. We're getting all the stuff worked out to get him over here.
That's a
so
really
like right next door.
Yeah, he's like right there.
So yeah, comic tracks. I absolutely am gonna get my Primos signed. So I got to start getting more of those now. I have quite a few of them already, but I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. So his name is Carlos Barberi. So yeah, he's from Monterey. I've talked to the man. I know what his name is.
Okay. All right.
We're going to miss you, Paul.
I'll pick your word for it. All right. So, hey, this is your panel for tonight. We're going to be going over, as I shared, some of the announcements that were made about
look at this before you start. So, Mr. Track says to reach out to him on IG about the signings, but hopefully they'll get everything going. So, y'all can reach out to him if y'all want to put some stuff in to sign, and This is it right here.
So he dropped it. And Teresa, do you mind dropping a link?
Sure.
In there as well too. It's Press Niche Worldwide.
Yeah, you're not doing
that. The IG?
Yeah, you're not doing that, Mom.
Yeah, I can do that.
Golly, man, that's kind of hostile.
We're really gonna miss you, Paul.
It's like it was nice while it lasted.
Hey, man.
Does that mean we'll get our water bottles back, Carlos? We can.
Yeah,
that means you get your own. That means you don't have to share the pink room.
85% of the budget won't be going to Paul.
I'm sorry, but
the rest of you will get to drink water now.
This guy drinks all the water, so you ain't getting no.
I
had to pay for mine. Like, what the hell, man? Like,
12 packs.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. So that's the link right here to hit him up, and he'll let him explain what's going on. So
let me see if Mr. Collector, did you? Mr. Collector and Weapon X, y'all drop comments in the comment section. I don't know if y'all are moderators yet.
Oh, okay.
You'll go ahead and drop comments. Paul, feel free to not drop a comment.
I am not dropping anything.
Not giving you that much power.
I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
Yeah,
I need all the power. Power in my hand.
Yeah. So if you and you know.
Well,
okay. Yeah. So absolutely. The multiple. We're all going to become Paul.
Green Machine, don't give him no ideas, Green Machine.
I got to tell you, Weapon X, that was a stroke of brilliance. That
I knew
that was perfect.
Like that. Look how he doesn't even.
He was not ready for that, and when his face fell.
I know Weapon X, but he's a good guy.
All right. So hey, just one more quick thing. I've teased it before, and I want to make sure and let you guys know. So I've been talking about a special item that was going to be sent out with giveaway books, so that every individual giveaway winner would have a chance to win a slab in May at the end of the semester. So I'm excited to announce that the item that's going to be shipped out is this sticker right here.
Oh.
So every giveaway member is going to receive one of these stickers.
And where's Teresa? Where's Mr. Collector? Oh,
well, this is
down there.
Season one sticker. Calm down. This is just like the X-Men. It changes every season. This
right. Look at me.
This was pre-Teresa and Weapon X, Mr. Collector, so they understand.
Yeah, they
All
don't
right.
get one.
But here's the deal. These are going to be shipped out, and the deal with these is these will be shipped out with instructions. The instructions will tell you what you need to do with this sticker in order to enter to win the slab giveaway in May. So you got plenty of time, plenty of chances to win. Every giveaway winner will get one of these stickers. In addition to the sticker, you're gonna need to follow instructions on the little card that comes with it. So I just want to go ahead and show it off.
Yeah, I need a couple of those stickers.
You're gonna have to send a couple to me so I can throw them in the
Oh
giveaway.
yeah. No, we're these are gonna get. Yeah, I mean, I think I've got like a bunch.
All right.
Of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in addition, I'm also going to be doing cool stuff with these. I didn't just get the price box ones. I also got some little logo
What is
ones.
that one? Oh, the logo.
So guys, I'll
Oh,
ship
yeah.
the giveaways out in April.
In April.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. Amazing Spider Flint. That's the green screen behind Carlos right there.
Oh, y'all want to know which one is Paul? Okay. So see if y'all can. My wife immediately guessed which one was Paul.
I know because you can
So I'll tell you the 5 characters that are on this version is Jen, MT, Press Niche Worldwide, Paul, and me.
I mean,
Mike Bravo said Ben sticker. It has 20-cent Canadian price tag.
They look better than Paul's.
You should have made like
Spoil
half
the
of them.
surprise, El Green. Don't spoil the surprise.
You should have made like half a Paul white
What's
and
a green
the
machine?
rest black. You know.
Well,
The only
yeah,
reason why
the
we can't
artist,
recognize
the graphic designer was doing well just to get this to me on time.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
He's
Everybody
very
on the
talented.
panel knows what happened. There's one person missing.
the only
Oh,
reason
gosh,
why we
yeah.
can't recognize that's Paul is that the background's not pink.
Right.
That's the only reason
All right.
why.
All right, panel. So let's go ahead and get started because we are already several minutes into it. So here's the deal: we're going to be doing the giveaway in about 25 minutes. So all my giveaway trolls that want to wait until then and second screen us or third screen us and come back in about 25 minutes. That's what we're going to do. And Teresa, would you? Well, I chose to be down here. I chose.
We need
to be down.
25 likes before we do that giveaway. There.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So,
Amazing Spider Flint. That's where the graphic
Ooh,
designer
yeah.
told him you're going to the bottom, and that's it.
I only see like 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
More of you have to like it. Come
There's
on, you gotta
24
like it.
people in there too.
What's
Got
up, Fish Cat
23.
Collectibles? Good to see you. Yeah, no, they range, they change. Who is
Uh-oh.
that? Dapper Dan Man.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Look who just dropped in the chat.
Oh god.
Yeah, and Comic Tracks is on the sticker as well. All right, so that's the deal. So that's the deal. Every giveaway show winner for this season will get this sticker. You have to keep watching for the following season to see all of this season's cast. And so these I think have proven popular, just the designs already. So I'll probably keep doing them. And then these, I'll do something else with these as well. So, all right. So here's the deal. We had quite a few announcements, way more than anybody expected. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and bring down the music, and we're going to watch the video announcement that James Gunn made public. Watch it all together, and then we're going to just talk through all the stuff that's on there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, and we are going to be able to watch it together. For those who don't, it's about 5.5 minutes. It was a little bit long, but after talking to Paul about it, we felt like it was better to just let James Gunn speak, and then we could catch up on some of the stuff as well. Let's see, where's the
This Gods and Monsters looks awesome.
oh it
Sounds
man,
amazing.
don't get me started. I'm so excited about this. All right, guys, here we go. Here's James Gunn talking about chapter 1 of DC Studios, Gods and Monsters.
I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation, that the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. I'm pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
One of the things that they
How exciting.
All right. Yeah, I know, man. Wow. Okay. So much there to unpack. So what we did was we laid it out in an outline format, and we're going to try to move through this in a fairly brisk manner, but I do want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to speak out on some of the ones that they are looking forward to. First up. So we're going to do the projects first. And then guys, at the end, if we have time, we'll talk about the DC writers room. Because that could almost be its own thing later on, but I want to get into the project. So Superman Legacy, written by James Gunn, focusing on Clark Kent's beginning as a new reporter at the Daily Planet. So who wants to go first on this one? Who wants to dive right in and kind of give their take on it, their thoughts?
I didn't say anything. I just think it's going to be great to be able to see some of the characters. You know, like maybe they're going to do the Superman sons, you know, storyline and that kind of stuff, and bring some of them in. And you know, I mean, Lois Lane's always a great character to bring in. So
yeah,
I'm kind of excited to see like what they do with this. So I'm stoked. So.
Okay. So one of the, here, I'm going to throw this out there for you guys to think about. One of the things that they stressed and so what happened was on I think it was Monday, a lot of members of the press were invited to a very special, very secret gathering with James Gunn and Peter Safran. This video that we saw, this was the public thing that was released, but all these members of the press media corps were introduced to all these concepts, and they had a chance to talk in depth with James Gunn and Peter Safran about the future of the DCU. Now, I can't confirm it, but he has a way of getting in on these things. I've been told that, Mr. Collector might have been there, but I'm not sure. He can't really talk about it, even if he was.
There's going to be a leaked script coming.
It could have been Paul wearing a Mr. Collector mask and wig. To emulate the perfect hair.
Mr. Collector was there. I saw their hair go in.
So the deals with Superman. One of the quotes that Peter Safran says, and I want to make sure to read this clearly, so that everybody, so we can talk about this for a second, is that let's see, where is it? Okay, so Safran says that Superman is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks of kindness as old-fashioned. So I wanted to see what y'all thought about that particular quote there. See if you had any thoughts about that.
Mr. Collector's talking away.
There you go. Come on, Collector.
Sorry, that was DC. They muted me. But no, with the going forward for that movie, I think it'll be good. That's the first film, correct? I just want to make sure in order. That's the first film that they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I think with that being the start off, because I mean, their first superhero was Superman, so it's only right to start off with him, which I think will be really good. And I really think the way they're going about it, they're not doing like a whole, him coming to Earth kind of thing. I think that he's already placed in there. They might do some flashbacks here and there, but I think it's good that they're going to do like the uprising him, being a reporter. And I really feel like they're gonna throw in like Jimmy Olsen in there too,
Oh
which
yeah.
like in the last he was in the movie for how long? I think he was only in that one scene. And then
Yeah.
he got assassinated, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
he was like some kind of a CIA agent or
yeah.
something, which
Yeah, so I mean, I think it was a waste of a character. I feel like they shouldn't even put him in there. So I think, they're going to explore more in depth other characters too. And I feel like the way they're going about it is, they're going to take their time. This is an 8 to 10 year plan just for this first, startup. And, James Gunn has a vision, and the way he's going about it is he's taking his time with it, and he wants really to develop these characters and that, pull the mistake of how they did Justice League and just throw everyone into a big battle. And, a lot of people didn't know who they were. I mean, a lot of people know who they are, but they don't really know their backstories. So, them starting off ground up, I think they're going to build that foundation that, Marvel did in the beginning of their stuff. So he has that vision, and I think it's smart to start off with Superman.
What about the villains in Superman? What about the villains like Brainiac? I mean, like that one right there. That's what's got me excited to bring in some of these villains, these old villains that Superman fought all the time. Lex Luthor. I mean, like, let's go. So I'm so excited.
That's the thing. That's one of the cool things is that I think when we start talking about Superman's rogues gallery, I mean, his is extensive and vast, and really the only one that we ever see in films is Lex Luthor. It's kind of like he's always the default. So I think everybody is ready to see more than just Lex Luthor. And I mean, there's been some great actors to portray him, but I think it's time to really stretch his wings and see more than just that one character. It's kind of like Batman and the Joker. It's time to expand and get some other villains in there in the mix. So Weapon X, what about you? What are your thoughts about the Superman film?
So my thoughts are if you can go back and read that motto that you said that they're saying that he is, or
yeah. Let me bring it up here real quick.
Because
watch out, Superman's behind you.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna get you.
All right, so here we go. This is the full quote from Safran right here. I don't know if it highlights it there. Yeah, you can see.
So it says he's the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think last year, if you look behind me, DC came out and said that they were changing the motto, that they're dropping the American way, that it's truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. This is new logo. DC. So, who has the authority at DC? Is it going to be Tom Gunn, or is it going to be Jim Lee? Are they going to be butting heads? He's talking about, they're going to be writing stories together, but if Jim Lee and his team are doing one direction and James Gunn is doing a different direction, is it going to cause, rifts? But that's the thing that I picked up on when they said that. I was like, well, didn't they just change his motto last year?
Yeah,
so, interesting.
I'm really excited. Like when he said that what that says to me is that they're looking to go, and I think this was David Zaslav's, the new head of Warner Brothers. I think that's been his kind of push all along, has been to take these characters back closer to their roots and kind of, stop looking for ways to deconstruct or evolve or, change their core, but instead just say, okay, look, let's get back to the original core. And the neat thing is it feels kind of fresh. And my understanding is that they're going to, my understanding is that the comics will become an extension of the films and will fall in line with the films because James Gunn and Peter Safran share total authority over DC Studios. Like they report to David Zaslav, but there's no more layers of management that they have to go through like there are like at Disney, and then there are now, that can be a good thing or a bad thing. If James Gunn decides to take a character in a certain direction, you know, like that's not as close to the comics. It may upset some longtime fans, but if his inspiration for this Superman story is the All-Star Superman run, that's a pretty core that's a pretty core traditional take on Superman. That's not like a different, like, changed up one. It seems very very traditional. But Paul, what do you? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And then real quick, I wanted to just indicate after hours, their stock went up yesterday. If you've been tracking their stock,
the announcement,
after the announcement, it's kind of have it, but you can kind of see
right
in the middle of Tuesday here. Where's it at? Where are we at? The announcement comes out, it spikes up. You see that jump, and the stock starts going up. All for today.
That's awesome.
So people are buying stock based on the anticipation. So just something to keep an eye out as well.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of confidence in, after seeing the extensive nature of this, and there's two things we gotta remember. Number one, they said this is not the complete chapter 1. This is not all of it. This is just this what he announced is actually, I think, like about 3 years worth, 3 or 4 years worth, because they're saying 2 films.
This is just the starting point, and now we're going
right. Like chapter 1 may include more.
There is more. Have you not? Have you read about it?
No.
There is.
What do you got?
Up there.
Shazam, Fury of the Gods is another movie. The Flash, which is another movie. Blue Beetle, and then you got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Oh, so, yeah. Those are all.
Where would we be without you, Teresa? Lost.
Exactly.
All right, Paul,
exactly. I gotta keep you on track.
Superman.
Speaking of Lost,
I mean, I agree with Green Machine. I don't think you should just change everything. We've all known that for years. We're all grown. We know what Superman is. Superman does the right thing. Batman is the other person. But I think it's good that they're not going back to the origin, because I've heard from a lot of people, we don't want the origin. We know the origin already. And to get it from a different perspective, what you see in there, what I caught on, is that he's so excited. He wants to jump in and he wants to take these characters and stories and actually go off the comics. And he was talking about Grant Morrison, Tom King. He's talking about all these writers, and him taking on personally a few of the projects. He just looks excited. I think DC's going to give Marvel a run for their money. I mean, but for him to say that, he's pumping everybody up. I mean, everybody sees these comics. People are picking up books that probably wouldn't have never dreamed of picking up. But I think it's going in the right direction. And like Teresa said about Brainiac or other characters that we have not seen, Bizarro. I mean, there's so many Superman characters that they can bring in besides Lex Luthor. No, he's the main guy. You got Superman, you have Lex Luthor, you got a superhero person, and then you got just like a normal human being that hates his guts. But and like Green Machine said, no origins. They did it with Batman. They moved on. We don't want origins. Maybe origins of the new characters that they're going to introduce, where they're coming from, what's perspective, and maybe a new whole different Justice League Dark with there's just so many things that they can do now with all these characters. I always seen like he always gets these characters that nobody even talks about and makes them like popular. Ratcatcher. I didn't think Ratcatcher would be a thing, but supposedly she's pretty popular out here with the movie coming out with the secret. Was it Suicide Squad? And then she got popular. So he's going to take these characters that people may have not even think about and just probably make them popular. Peacemaker. I didn't think Peacemaker was going to be popular.
Yeah.
Still going.
Yep. Animal Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Peacemaker's an interesting, that's an interesting one to talk about, because we'll get to that in just a second, because I was very, it was very interesting to me what I
took from it, like Mr. Collector was saying, he's got a blueprint, but he looks just so excited. He's like, I'm ready to tackle this and give you guys, the DC fans, movies that you been wanting, and just having Supergirl and another living off of Krypton that was destroyed. That's just wow. I don't even know what to expect from that movie.
Right?
What are we going to expect from that?
It's going to be awesome. I mean, they're bringing in more characters that are not necessarily as popular as Superman was or is or has been. So it's awesome to be able to see like them doing a movie of Supergirl, or them, doing a movie of Booster Gold or whatever. It's just it's going to be great. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think this is going to be super cool here. Okay, so I got let's see who we got up next here.
Don't start, Green Machine.
All right, so next up, The Authority. Let's go. Let me go ahead and bring up this. Let me go ahead and bring up this graphic real quick here. All right, so The Authority. Do we have any Authority fans on the panel?
Not a fan, but I'm interested to see this. One of the key things, I think, if you look in that top corner, what imprint that's under. That's a Wildstorm imprint.
Yeah, that's like adult.
It's not DC. It's a Wildstorm imprint. Imprint. Right. So that was one of the ones that Jim Lee did early on when he split off. When they all made their image. So this is one of the things I think people miss, is that DC owns Wildstorm. Yes, they can dig into those characters as they've been doing to introduce. So it's not just DC books that they're digging into; they're digging into everything that they own, kind of like Marvel does. They're digging into all these other characters, like Paul said, that you wouldn't think of. Like, who are these guys? They're bringing them to the screen. So I'm kind of interested in these guys to see. I don't know a lot about them, but when I read it, I said these guys they're going to be kind of interesting.
Hey man, be careful with my helmet back there.
Oh, sorry. And I still have the raffle going on, guys. If you want to get some spots later. But,
hey, go ahead and put me on 3 spots.
Took my damn book.
All right.
I agree with Weapon X, because this is more hardcore superheroes that they're talking about. Wildstorm has been like more, not for younger people, younger kids. And I like he was saying, I would love to see how this is going to go, because this is going to be like adult stuff, just like to see where it's going to go.
Yeah, so for those who are unfamiliar with it, real quick, just the Authority was they were essentially like a hardcore, hard R-rated version of the Justice League. Right. Apollo, who's the person in the white bodysuit with the gold shoulders and the gold halo, he's in the top center of this graphic. Apollo was like a Superman level character. Midnighter, who is this person in all black here at the bottom, he was like a Batman version. They were lovers, and then the guy, Yocasta is the silver woman here, and she was kind of like, I think, like a cyborg type character. And then the guy in the black suit, I don't know if he's right under the title for the Authority. On the right top side in the suit, I'm trying to remember what his name was, but he was like a super strong, super durable character, and he always ran around barefoot, which I didn't fully understand. Then Jenny Sparks is the one here in the bottom right corner that's wearing the British flag shirt. And then the woman with the wings, I can't remember what her name was right offhand, but she was essentially like a Hawkman-esque character, I think, if I remember. And then this is just me. I mean, it's been years and years since I've read these characters, but they're very much a kind of a very dark version of the Justice League, and then when Wildstorm was merged into the DC universe proper, they were the Authority and Wildcats, all the rest of them were merged in. But the thing is, I don't know, I didn't keep up with what happened when they merged. Like, I don't know if Apollo and Superman ever fought.
They had like I've seen like Superman in the Authority, and then they had a Batman in the Authority series. Yeah, there was a series like that. But I'm just
Yeah.
waiting on Mr. Collector to tell us what is in the script. So I mean,
Right.
yeah. So we were just waiting. What they say about that?
DC's muting me on that one.
Oh yeah, they all die at the end.
Yeah, I can't get no lawsuits right now. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Just let you know, everyone, and I don't know if they're calling it Phase 1 or Part 1, but everyone
Phase
dies.
1?
In the words of Paul,
It's chapter
everyone
1.
dies.
Chapter
No,
1.
yeah,
Mr.
Chapter
Collector.
1.
Chapter 1. See, DC mute me right now. DC gonna get me. No, but I to be honest, I don't know anything about the Authority. I'm not gonna sit here and lie because I don't know it. So I really don't have too much in the what?
Somebody rubbed off on you.
You?
You.
No, I mean I think it's cool because you're gonna get characters that like Weapon X and Paul are saying, you're not getting the most basic characters or the characters you see in stores, and which is cool is now within the next 3 to 5 years you're gonna be seeing merchandise, people wearing shirts that with characters on there that you never thought you would see. So
Right. Yeah.
and I think that's cool. So it's gonna be a huge thing, and for the DC readers, it's not so much the movies. It's I think a good thing for the more of the DC readers, and it opens up your eyes to see more people going into those characters, and everyone's looking up these characters and wondering who they are. So now I guarantee you, now people are going to LCS and digging up all these books on them that no one's ever touched before.
I can't because Carlos already got them because he did.
Oh, he's got a huge stack of books that he ran out and grabbed. He's like a little magpie running out and grabbing treasures.
Nope.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, he was showing them off in the background. If y'all watch,
I didn't show off anything.
And then he's wanting to charge like an arm and a leg for him.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't do that.
You know what he told me? He would charge me for the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #1, the stack of them that he picked up. He wanted to charge me $39.95.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
$39.95
plus tax. Is that before tax?
Yeah.
Wow.
And shipping. Mm-hmm.
And shipping.
Yeah.
Man.
And shipping, yeah.
And shipping on top. He said he wants his. He said he's going to get his money.
That's right.
Damn right.
All right, so let's keep it moving along to the next one that's up. Let's see who. Anybody else want to talk about or you guys read The Authority? Go read The Authority, but be prepared. There's a lot of content stuff going on in there, like a lot of mature content. Don't recommend it for kids or teens. It's pretty dark, but it's well written and the characters are well fleshed out. So, all right, here is up next, The Brave and the Bold. I was surprised to hear James Gunn say that Damian Wayne was his favorite Robin. Well, I actually wasn't surprised because the Damian Wayne Robin is actually a very interesting character. And I wanted to see Mr. Collector, and this is totally off the cuff, Mr. Collector, do you want to give like just a quick brief history of Damian Wayne? Are you up to that or?
I can give a little, yeah. I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're going to introduce, because the mother is Talia al Ghul, so I wonder if they're going to go back and Ra's al Ghul and try to get everything together. So I wonder if they're going to go back and do that same storyline, or they're just going to do it to where, because she brought him in later on, because he didn't know him, I think, until he was, I think, 8. I went 8 years old. So, and he's kind of not a dark character, but he likes to cause more damage than Batman's the same way, but Batman's trying to guide him into fighting and everything and train him. But his whole thing is he wants to make sure he's doing it the right way. He's more of that, I wasn't in your life, and so I think he has kind of that hate towards him. I don't know which way they're going to go with it, but I'm really excited on how they're going to bring if they're going to actually bring Talia and then Ra's al Ghul back in it too, or how they're going to do it. But I really feel like Damian Wayne is a good character because a lot of people don't know. Everyone thinks I think a lot of people thought Tim Drake was going to be, the story that they would do the first Batman. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know how they're gonna do it. Really, um, I really don't have anything else to say on that. I just feel like, yeah, I really don't know, to be honest.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Mr. Collector pointed out, the Damian Wayne,
Nothing.
the Damian Wayne character was actually a really interesting
My goodness.
introduction, because all the other Robins have been kind of like adopted children of Batman's, but this is the actual son of Batman,
Yeah.
the biological son. And the one of the things they referenced in the in this Variety article that they said was that let's see, where is it?
Do you think they
yeah,
could be doing
James. Yeah, go ahead, Teresa.
Oh, I was just gonna say, do you think they might be like leaning towards like the second son, like how they have the Superman and Batman kids, and maybe
the Super Sons.
Yeah, the Super Sons. Sorry,
I could see that, but I also don't like. I'm not 100% sure that that's a direction they would because I feel like it could be a little bit too soon. Because if the Superman they're going to have is a younger Superman, then I don't know if it's going to match up for him to have a teenage son the same age as Damian Wayne.
okay, gotcha.
I also don't know how old they're going to go with the Damian Wayne character, because when he's first introduced, I think he's 10, but then he ages all the way up to like 14 or 15 over the course of the comic books. So depending on when they depending on when they do that, I don't know. Those are some interesting questions. And I want to throw this in the mix, Teresa, and see what you think. So let's see. Damien is this is a quote that James Gunn says. He says it's a very strange sort of father-son story about the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't ever seen a Batman father-son story quite, I don't think, in this vein.
Well, I mean, Damian Wayne was started in a one-shot story. So him and Talia, y'all know how it's the birds and the bees in the jar. So, but what he was talking about, what James Gunn was talking about. So Batman has been deprived of his son. That's what women do. They try to not.
Oh my gosh!
So
get him.
Not all women are like that. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just talking about what Talia did. Good Lord.
Mainly, she's here to keep you in line, Paul.
Exactly.
That's right.
But like what Carlos and Collector said, which way is he gonna go? He hasn't been with his true father. He's been with his grandfather, learned the League of Assassins.
Yeah.
Which way is he gonna go? Is he gonna follow how Batman thinks, or is he gonna follow what Ra's al Ghul and what he's been learning? That's what and then he's gonna have those times where he's like, you never were there for me and my grandfather, and then he may be seeing what Bruce Wayne is trying to teach him versus what he has learned from the League. So I agree with Collector. I think we need to see, and they can go either way, how a young child would be without his father for a couple of years, and that's how they do it to you. They take away your kids, and you don't see them for like 8 years or 9 years, and you're just like,
all right,
listen here.
That's enough. That's enough, Eddie. Be quiet. All right, let's go to the chat real quick, because they've got some interesting sidebar conversations that I want to factor in for this one. So TM Nerdy says, and hey, if you're just joining us, make sure and check out TM Nerdy's channel. He's got some cool stuff going on. I was watching one of his videos earlier today. But he says, let's not forget that Tim Drake was the only one to figure out Batman's identity. Also, are all the other Robins established, or are they even going to bother? So to answer that, yes, there are other members of the Bat family are going to have been established by the Brave and the Bold by the time of this story being told. We don't know which ones, though. Like we don't know if it's going to be like how many Robins. I'll tell you, Tim Drake was also my favorite Robin, TM. So I'm right there with
Really?
you. He was my favorite Robin. Now, out of all those characters, my favorite is Nightwing, because I feel like TM Nerdy also says here, Dick Grayson became great when he became his own hero. In his opinion, I think there's truth because he grew more as Nightwing, and then even taking on the mantle of Batman for a while, he grew more through that than I think he did ever as Robin. I think once he got out on his own, that's what he did.
That's my question to you, Carlos. Do you think that they're gonna bring, since he was announcing the Bat Family is also gonna, but that's the starting point. Do you think that Nightwing will be introduced and maybe Batgirl, of course, but you think that Dick Grayson will come in as Nightwing?
Yeah, I mean, if I was a betting man and I was going to bet money, I would bet money that there are three characters from the Bat Family that we will definitely see or at least hear referenced in the film: Nightwing, Batgirl, and Jason Todd. Now, I don't know what iteration of Jason Todd, but he is far too popular a character for them to not at least reference him.
Maybe as Red Hood. Like in the storyline that he came.
See, that's the thing, because think about it. If they're going to, if Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, and the League of Assassins are all going to be referenced and introduced, that's how Jason Todd comes back to life.
Yeah, from the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, through the Lazarus Pit, which those are overseen by Ra's al Ghul. So it makes sense that somewhere in the mix would be Jason Todd. Now, my fear is that they're either going to gloss over or they're going to ignore Tim Drake. But I think Tim Drake, I mean, in recent years, I don't like how they've handled him because they've jumped between different identities, and it's basically they haven't known what to do with him because they have too many Robins running around and they just don't know what to do with him. So I think that's the biggest problem with that character. But if they went back to the original, like to his 90s series, I mean, he was a great character. He was written very well, and he was very different. But yeah, those would be my
I'm 6'10". Yeah, right. Like 4'1" or something like that. 4. But see, so what Weapon X has right there is actually. I like that. So that issue they called in to kill him off. So
yeah,
I mean, they could do that too on the Batman to have him have flashbacks of that. That would introduce him as well, and then they could bring in the Red Hood. That would be pretty. That's actually a pretty good. That's what I was thinking when you put it up there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Weapon. I didn't know if you were. My bad.
The Behind the Red Hood storyline is one of the best written Batman storylines of all time, because it brings back the one big failure that he felt was when he let a Robin die. That's why him and Dick Grayson fought. That's why that's all the conflict between him and Jason Todd was. He was worried he would get hurt, and then that's why he didn't have a Robin for a while, and then that's why he was hesitant about Jason Todd, was because of that. And so I think they're going to do some version, or they're going to reference or do some version of it, but I don't know what the order is going to be and how they're going to bring that in.
It's crazy because he stole the way that they introduced each other is that he stole the wheels off the Batmobile. Like how
right. Yeah. It was critical because they used that to establish how different he was from the Dick Grayson Robin.
Yeah. That makes sense.
They use that to juxtapose the two. But I mean, all in all, I'm incredibly excited about this. I'm very excited that we're finally going to get a Robin that's more of a true Robin, and not, I mean, Chris O'Donnell was fine, but I mean, he was like 20 something.
Yeah.
And I want to see more of a Hit Girl-esque Robin. I mean, not like, an assassin, but I mean, it sounds like this is basically going to be like a male version of Hit Girl, for any that are familiar with Kick-Ass, with the Kick-Ass comic by Mark Millar. Really strong comic book, really well done movie. Matthew Vaughn, who did X-Men First Class, was the filmmaker behind the original Kick-Ass, and it was an excellent film. But I think, I think that's probably the direction he's going to go in. It sounds like he's going to go in with Damian, which leaves room for him to bring in other members of the Bat family to counterbalance him, because that shows the audience what Damian Wayne could become under Batman's tutelage. So, but we'll see. But I'm stoked about this, and just thinking who would they cast as Batman, and who are they going to cast as Damian Wayne? Oh man, yeah. There's so many cool options that they've got.
It's exciting.
I wonder if they'll do because there's an issue in the future where he takes over, he becomes Batman. So I don't know if they're going to go that route. Yeah.
Well, that would be a cool Elseworlds.
The one that Collector picked up today. Yeah, that was a good book.
He got one today. Yeah.
Yep.
Is he there? He looks frozen. Oh.
No, he's there. He's nervous right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's drinking his water because he's going to say the script in a few minutes.
Let's keep it moving on. Next one up. This is one that I was completely unfamiliar with. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So this is a film, and it's based on the Tom King comic story of the same name.
Right.
So, are any of you familiar with this story, or have any of you read it? Or
I have it, but I have not read it. So now I want to go back and read it and find out.
So supposedly, I think she survives from a blown up Krypton, something like that.
It's
and then she has to survive or something.
Yeah, it's something like she's on a fragment of Krypton.
Yeah, a fragment of Krypton. Yep.
Yeah,
everybody has died around her. And stuff like
she
that.
watches everybody die, and I'm like, whoa! They like went really, really dark with that one.
You notice how they make a woman really strong, not as soft as Superman. She had to watch everybody die around her, and wasn't on Earth per se, and
yeah,
just say it.
Yeah, it's I can't say that I'm a big fan of Tom King. I don't know. Here's the thing. I trust James Gunn, but yeah, there was this was the one that most
it's
of all
after after Nerdy.
Wait, the what?
No, he was asking, is it before or after it's destroyed? I think it's after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on a fragment of it.
Yeah.
I don't know about strong woman.
Hey.
Right there. She's waiting for a man to come save her.
You know what? She managed
I'll be there, Supergirl. Don't worry, Supergirl.
Here we go.
She survived without a man's help. Thank you very much.
All right, TM Nerdy says it's before she gets to Earth after Krypton is destroyed.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So this one, I'm very interested in about it. I already bought it on Comixology, and I'm going to be reading it just to see it. I'm trying to coax Paul into selling me one for less than $40, but I don't know. He's holding
That's
firm.
That's not going to happen. Yeah, no.
Carlos, I might have one that I'll be able to just send you.
That is very generous and sweet of you, Teresa.
Yeah.
She says, "Well,
of generosity has been rubbing off on you."
Probably doesn't have an extra.
Carlos, you show up at his house, he'll give it to you for free. Don't even say nothing. Just walk in and go get it.
Like, go
what
ahead.
are you talking about? I'm just going to go in.
If you want to come over, Carlos, if you want to come over here, I got the same book here.
That's what I was going to say. Your alternate version,
the alternate universe.
I'll just go
That's
over there.
That's the Elseworld one that doesn't make any sense. It's going to fall apart after a little while.
All right. So next one up, we got an interesting piece of news about this one. Swamp Thing. So the deal here is that the news just broke, I think earlier today, that James Mangold, the director of Logan, is in talks to direct the Swamp Thing film. So all of a sudden, this one just went way up in terms of my awareness and my expectations for it. And yeah, I'm very, very excited about this, because if anybody could pull off a superhero horror film and do it really well, I think James Mangold could be the one.
There you go, Mike.
But
Mike Bravo.
I
Tell
don't
him open the closet door. Tell him, Mike. He can't do it.
All right. What do you guys think? What do you think of the Swamp Thing? Paul, what do you think about the Swamp Thing movie?
I mean, from what people have told me, the show was great. They don't know why it got canceled. People have said great reviews on it. I think it had I don't know the score on Rotten Tomatoes, but yeah, Mike Bravo, you can't open the closet door. Come on, man. So I'm looking at Swamp Thing, Justice League Dark. They can go that route. John Constantine. I mean, they can bring in a bunch of people on that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's known so many. Yep. See, Nerdy already said it, just like I was saying right now. Justice League Dark in the future, John Constantine. Like, I mean, they can go that route too, and from a different. And what's cool is that all these are gonna be tied in, except like Joker, the Matt Reeves Batman.
Yeah,
but they can also cross them over too. But I think with this one, like I said, they got so many unusual characters, and he likes those unusual characters to come inside. Satana, I mean, it's so many things, and I hope that they use like the basic of the show that was successful. Maybe they can use that, but he'll probably use some kind of storylines from the comic series.
Yeah. Mortal Biggie Shack, that is not a bad buy at all.
I'll lose some money. House of Secrets 92.
Yep. Yeah, that's on my want list. I don't know if I'm gonna get it now.
That book is oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
these announcements.
To the rest of the panel, what are y'all's thoughts on the Swamp Thing film and the announcement of them closing in on James Mangold? Which, by the way, they wouldn't let that get out there unless it was pretty close to it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Teresa?
So my question is, do you think they'll bring Swamp Thing into the Supergirl movie or whatever? And then they're also talking about doing the actors in cartoon version and then also bringing them into real life.
And also they're going to be there. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, how awesome is this going to be?
Yes.
And then
He also said that the animation characters are also can cross over to the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, you hit it right there. I mean, they can introduce a bunch of characters in different places.
So are they doing a series, like a cartoon series or an anime series?
Yeah, we're going to get to those in just a second. We might.
No, I think this is movie, right? This is the Swamp Thing movie.
Yeah,
movie or show?
Swamp Thing is a movie, but we're going to get to the shows in just a minute. But hey, I think we've broken 25 likes, so let's go ahead and do that giveaway. Teresa, can you show off the giveaway books one more time?
Look at that! Whoa,
there's this
man.
Let's see. Dark Crisis, everybody dies in there. Let's see the other one.
That's right. Punchline.
Yeah, Punchline. Yeah, she kills everybody. Yeah.
Oh, we got Tyler Kirkham, Dark Knight's Death.
Oh yeah, the dinosaur eats everybody.
Yeah.
Paul told me that was the Jurassic Park that they're going to do next. He sold me that book and told me it's Jurassic Park.
That's
Jurassic Park.
That's what you told me when you sold me that book. You said they're going to put that storyline in.
I mean, DC can cross over to Jurassic Park. That's a good idea.
I would love to see a darker DC, like with the Batman who laughs and then the Dark Knights run and all that stuff. Like, I think that would be really cool. So
I think so too, but I think that would be too that's really for adults, I guess, because his origin,
for everything.
Origin of Batman who laughs. Wow, that's just.
But they said that the tone of the films and shows are going to be all different.
What he does to Superman, my goodness.
What are you talking? What?
Yeah, you never read the Batman Who Laughs origin? He throws that kryptonite. Never mind, Engels.
That shard that he carries. Is that what you're talking about?
No, he throws the kryptonite. He doesn't. Even, wow, he did a lot on the Bat Family.
Tony's asking for. Here, let me show you.
Spine side, please.
Let me show you how it's done here.
Oh man, can even let's see it. Let's see it. She. Look at that. There's actually 3 books there. I apologize. Look at this. There's 3 books there.
Camera won't focus.
All right, so hey, if you want to win this triple pack of DC books plus
worst
a sticker
slide
that's going to give you a chance to win a slab in May, you're going to follow this. You're going to enter to win the following hashtag. Hashtag DC is back. So what you want to do is you want to drop just that hashtag exactly as it's displayed here. You want to drop that in the comments. And we're going to collect those comments, and you will get this triple pack shipped.
Mary, I can't believe you just said that.
Show Paul how it's done.
Somebody has to, Mr.
Mary.
Real quick,
Don't
for those,
do it, Mary.
For those who missed it, here's the deal. These stickers, these limited edition stickers, are going to be sent out with every giveaway. The only way you can get these, you can't buy them. You can't get them in person. The only place you can get you can't buy something from me and get these thrown in. The only way to get these is by winning something here on the giveaway show. And you can see, look at that individual right there.
Damn right.
Yeah.
And look at Carlos. Carlos is at the bottom. That's what he.
Yeah, exactly. All right. But yeah, this sticker will then give you a chance to win. You'll follow the instructions that are included with the sticker, and this will give you a chance to win a slab during the month of May. So this is the only way you can get it is by winning a giveaway. So these are going to start going out with all the giveaways. And yes, if you won one since we came back from the holidays, yes, you will still get a sticker. Yeah, one per book or win. That sticker has TM's corny bowl cut.
Oh, okay, so Mary
is not on this one. The 5 bonus points if you can name the 5 people who are on this one. Me and Paul are on here. The other 3 have all appeared on the shows during season 1. All right.
So Mary, that's not it. You're out.
You're out. So you can keep on there, but yeah, just to touch back on Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I know Paul mentioned this. You guys have mentioned the series, why it was canceled. A lot of that was during the COVID time, and a lot of that was canceled for budget. There's an entity that owns a large portion of Warner Brothers, and they were looking to sell some of the segments during that time frame. So they were trying to stream the budget for the numbers, but no suitors came up for Warner Brothers during that time frame. So. It looks like you said that they're opening up the budget now, and they're going to be able to do some other stuff with it. So it'd be interesting to see, like you said, how they spin Swamp Thing and the Justice League Dark series, and kind of go a darker route with some of these characters, which I think a lot of people are kind of yearning for, because it seems like a lot of DC movies that have come out are always more for the younger kids. They're kind of whitewashed, and there's not a lot of stuff. And when you read the actual DC, it's not there, and so it kind of like I said, interesting to see what they do with this one.
Yeah.
He's so excited, man. You could tell by what he was doing at that thing. He was just his expressions, and he was just, I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to give y'all some good DC content. The movies, I guess he's listening to the fans. He pretty much said the movies and the shows sucked. And that's when, a couple of movies have made it through and they're actually going. And some of the characters, you could tell he's really into them and wanting to get those characters out here to us. And like Teresa and Weapon said, like, we don't want to hear the origin. We just want to get a nice story.
Yeah.
I don't know what she was talking about. Supergirl looked like she was ready to get saved, but it's okay. I'm not.
I think a lot of
those who are wondering, yes, they're in the same
place. And Mike Bravo, Mike Bravo, I can't open the closet, because if I do, that opens the door to the multiverse, and so I don't want to mess with that stuff.
The multiverse.
So
open those bottles,
Mr. Collector.
Elseworld.
What you got, Mr. Collector?
Or whatever.
Mr. Collector hasn't said anything. What about the script, Collector? Don't act like you don't have the script. Weapon said you got the script.
Listen, I got all my scripts right here.
Oh, look at that!
All my scripts right there.
Nice.
But no, so I think what's good about this, it's a lot of positive now. I guess when he first got in here and the whole thing with Henry Cavill and Wonder Woman and all that, it was bringing so much negativity to the forefront of DC.
Yeah,
And
a
I
woman
think
can't
now,
run into the battlefield like that. You're right. Thank you, sir.
I apologize for the chat, everyone, Paul. But no, I think the way they're going, it took away from all that stuff that they were saying about him,
Right.
with Henry Cavill and, that he's letting all these people go. And now I haven't heard one person say, well, are they going to bring back Henry Cavill? Are they going to bring back Wonder Woman? Like, I haven't heard anyone say that. They're more excited about, the new stuff coming out and, characters they've never heard of. So I think already I haven't heard any negative feedback. So I think already it's to a good start.
Don't do it, Jonathan. Don't do it, Jonathan. Come on now.
But yeah, so I think it's good. And then just like Weapon X show, their stocks have gone up since yesterday.
Since the announcement,
So, I mean, I don't know if it dropped a lot when, he said Henry and all them weren't coming back. I don't know. I didn't see all that, but, it's already showing progress in, their, the stocks. And that's a huge thing. And then, obviously you have a lot of positive feedback. And now you have people kind of fan casting already other people. So I think it's already a good start. And just like Paul said, you could tell Gunn is, really excited about it. He's passionate. You could tell he cares. So I think they're really, really heading in a good direction right now.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman doesn't go on the battlefield like that. What the hell are they talking about?
All right, guys, we're gonna go to commercials right now.
Yeah, the commercial, yeah.
Hashtag mute Paul.
All right. Hey, so we've had enough. You had enough time. If you did not enter the hashtag, it's hashtag DC is back. You've got the chance to go and do that and win this cool triple pack from Teresa Newell. And yeah, like I said, the stickers will start going out. And for those who are wondering, if you haven't gotten your giveaway yet, it is still sitting here in the box. I held off on shipping out a bunch of them. I have a ton to ship out, but we will be shipping those out because I want as many people as possible to get a chance to get one of these and win. And those did take a little bit longer to get in, but we'll be shipping those out. So don't you worry about it. Let me go ahead and go to, let's see, the share. Let me do the share screen real quick. All right, here we are. And we're going to start. Okay, we got 15 people have commented.
You're not sharing screen.
There you go. Sorry. What?
Taking that pause habit.
What in the world? Tricky Trapster, behave yourself. Come on.
Right.
What the heck?
May God have mercy on yourself.
Oh, wow. Tricky Trapster. Come on.
All right. Okay, so hashtag DC is back here. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Let's see
Good luck.
Carlos Collects is in there. Let's see. Let Carlos Collects go to win.
Oh, Carlos is in there?
Yep.
Well, because I always put the
Johnny 5. Wow.
Congrats.
Johnny 5 alive.
All right, Johnny.
Wow, and
Congratulations.
the one after
Johnny
that
5
was
alive.
close.
Johnny, these are your books right here.
Wow.
These 3, plus you're going to be getting one of these stickers because I do still have some books for you, sir, to ship out to you. Haven't forgotten about you. Don't worry. And then, I got quite a few books to ship out, so I'll be doing a lot of shipping. The stickers literally just arrived today, but I'm going to go ahead and get those sent out. All right, so very cool. So make sure Johnny 5 Alive, hit up Teresa Newell on Instagram, and she will get your shipping info, and she will get those books sent out to you. And then I'll send the sticker with the books I have here for you. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much, Teresa, for providing those, and congratulations to our winner tonight. And for everybody else who stuck around, thanks for being here. Make sure and hit that like button. We've broken 25 likes. And just a cool thing, I think the channel tonight is actually going to, so we broke the 1,000 subscriber benchmark a while back, but one of the other things that you have to do for YouTube in order to become a monetize or to get into the partner program, is you have to break 4,000 watch hours in the trailing 365 days. Before this show began tonight, I'm going to show y'all. I'll show y'all some behind the scenes stuff here real quick. before we went live. This is why are you putting it on her?
I don't know.
Leave
I was
her
letting you
alone.
get ready. I mean,
We're
nobody
gonna
wants to
miss you,
see.
Paul.
Everybody's been wanting to see her, so I mean, there y'all go. I don't know what's so special, but there you go.
I don't know.
God,
I don't know
Chicken
what's so
Trapster,
special.
calm down. He is.
I know.
All right, so check it out. All right, so here's the deal. This is where we were at before this show started streaming.
Ooh, you're almost there.
Oh man.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, we're so close, y'all.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna break.
You're
it's
welcome.
for sure gonna
Are we
break.
doing a
tonight.
5-hour stream tonight?
You're welcome.
No.
But how,
No, because it's
Keep
watchable
going, right?
for
Keep
every
going.
viewer.
Teresa's like,
Every viewer. All right.
those hours
So hey,
are
thank
all
y'all so
talking
much for
over.
tuning in. Let's get back to a couple of these to the shows because I know everybody wants to also wants to get in these shows real quick. All right, so the shows next up was one that I was so not expecting. Creature Commandos. What do you guys think about so they're making an animated series starring the Creature Commandos. What was interesting? J.M. DeMatteis, the one of the creators, he didn't even know that it was happening, and so he released he released a little comment, and he did an interview for comicbook.com, and they said that he wasn't even sure, like he wasn't even fully aware that they were going to do it. But he said he was very excited and very pleased that they were. So yeah, what do you guys think about this here? I'm
go ahead, Miss DC. Go ahead, Miss DC.
I have nothing to say because I've never heard of
I
Creature
knew you
Commandos,
wouldn't let me down.
so.
I knew it.
I know. I'm totally letting you down. Totally.
So this is some of them.
There's some of them right there, Miss DC.
So apparently Rick
I'm
Flag
looking at it,
Sr. I was going to say Rick Flag Sr., who's on the far left. Apparently he is going to be he's going to be one of the ones working with the team. And so his character, I guess, is the father of Rick Flag Jr., who was played by Joel Kinnaman in the 2 Suicide Squad films and was killed by Peacemaker. So that's an interesting little tidbit there. But so any of you guys have anything to say or think about this?
Mr. Collector, what you got?
I mean, it's basically kind of because Amanda Waller, gets a team together, but it's basically like a Suicide Squad, basically, right?
I think so.
That's
I
basically
think
what
that's
it is.
way off. I don't think that's a Suicide Squad.
They all died, Paul, but I mean, besides that, I mean, I think that's. But no, I mean, for what I've read about it, it's Amanda Waller creates a Black Ops team out of Monster as prisoners, and I mean sounds pretty much like the storyline for
really
Suicide Squad.
This is their first. I think this is their first appearance. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Weird War. Yeah, when they
Weird War Tales.
Now I wonder, since the whole thing happened with Flag and
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. I wonder if they would throw Peacemaker in the show and John Cena is in the show. So I wonder if they do something.
Well, he did say that they're gonna coincide with each other. So that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the deal. Is that like what they were very clear about was that the same actors would portray the characters across animation, film, and TV shows.
Yeah.
So at any point, go ahead.
No, sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say at any point, that they can decide to drop them in each other. Like I see a lot of potential for crossovers between the Amanda Waller show, which we're going to get to in just a second, and this Creature Commandos one, because they seem like they're like perfectly aligned to be the same, kind of the same, like in the same vein.
Yeah. What I mean, the biggest thing that I took out of this whole thing, like just in general, is I think it's really cool how instead of having different voice actors, different characters that play them on shows, different characters that play them in the movie, they do all the same roles. And I think because Marvel hasn't done that. They always get different characters to play, the animated series, the live version. And
Well, the
I
what
think
if they kept the people, the actors?
all the original
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
The
on
voice,
the what if
yeah.
series.
Well, the ones that were alive. I mean,
Yeah, the ones.
Yeah. But I think it's cool though. They're keeping everyone like they're coexisting in the same world, even though one's animated and one's in the film, the show. So I think that's really cool how they're doing that. And I think that's good. Now the only thing I would think about with them doing that extra work in shows, movies, the animated series, is that
What in the world is this?
Oh Lord, who is?
What the heck?
what are we? What?
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what that was.
Tricky.
Wow. All right. I guess we got a new sponsor for the show here.
Man, that's
resignation.
wow.
I mean,
But
well,
no,
A special thanks to Paul for reaching out to all of his sponsors. And
That wasn't me, so don't even put that on me. That was whoever's got this screen on. That's who it was.
are we that desperate for money, people?
I am damn speechless.
well, Paul's expensive.
yeah,
I don't know what that was.
I don't know either, man. I don't know either. What is
the only thing that I would say
is taking all kinds of money.
Yeah, the only thing I would say real quick about this, and you can go back to Mr. Collector, but that DC Animated Studios does always great job on the DC stuff. I'm not a big fan, of DC, but when I watch those animations, they're just like, wow, they do. How can they hit it out of the park with this? But their movies just
they just
so I'm interested to see that because that's going to be, like you said, a good way to branch off and bring in other characters from the movie, like Peacemaker perhaps, or some of the other characters, and just portray them in an animated form and then kind of take them back out into live action. So
if I heard one person was actually sharing on I think on Facebook that they kind of wish they had done the Justice League Unlimited model, which worked. Like the DC animation suite has been just fantastic. All the films and shows that they've put out have just done stellar. So,
and if you can bring up that, would you have the graphic before the ad was playing?
Oh no, don't do that. Yeah, no.
Here, hang on.
Oh my God, here we go. Oh my God.
So what would be funny? I don't know, but when I saw this, it made me think of the Gorillas. Wouldn't it be funny if they did like a Gorillas cover with these characters for some of the songs? You know how they do like Peacemaker when it starts and Peacemaker. What if they did something like with these guys, but like a gorilla, like they did, one of the songs from the Gorillas is their opening intro, but they're singing it in this animated form.
So the only thing I'll say is, on this, when we see in these characters, James Gunn has already showed us that all these characters right here, one of them or two may get popular because that's what he does. He takes these characters that we probably, half of us probably haven't read or barely even know, and then they're going to be popular. I think Collector was saying too, we may see one of these characters on a shirt, and you're like, I've never thought that would happen. I didn't think Peacemaker would be popular, but
now
James
what are they
Gunn
going to
can
do
it.
with? What are they going to? Sorry, pardon me to cut you off. Go on.
You do cut me off. Go ahead now.
Oh yeah,
sir.
you're right. All right, thank you. I don't know why I was apologizing. Sorry. But I wonder what they're going to do with the Harley Quinn show. I haven't heard anyone talk about that because that's still going on. I think they're on season 3, 4, something like that.
You talking about the animated show?
Yeah. Is that part of it too? Like I haven't heard nothing on that.
He said that those are Elseworld stuff that are continuing on is going to be on their own thing. They could,
but they're on a different channel, right?
Like HBO.
No, HBO Max.
There's a few properties that are still going, like that Gotham Knights CW show.
Oh yeah,
and like a couple. To be completely honest, I think that he's going to give another year or two of all these. But I think eventually, within the next year or two, we're going to see all these other properties go away. because I think
Yeah.
he's going to bring it all under like his banner, his control, and and just in the same way that they kind of put an end to all the Black Adam, and Dwayne Johnson behind the scenes stuff, and I think that we're going to see a shift to all James Gunn architect material. And I think a lot of these projects will kind of fall by the wayside. I'm hopeful that Blue Beetle and Shazam will make it through, and I think they will. But at the same time, they're not going to get prioritized as highly in quite the same way, I don't think.
Well, he liked Shazam because he spoke like religiously about Shazam, how he's this character. I think Blue Beetle may stay because him and Booster Gold have a good have a team up type per se, like
Titans and Doom Patrol. Real quick, just so those who don't, Titans and Doom Patrol are both on their fourth and final season.
Flash is too, I believe.
The show, so is Flash, but that's the 9th season. And for Doom Patrol, the showrunner for Doom Patrol is actually going to be one of the 2 showrunners for what is it? Let's see. It's Waller for the Amanda Waller series, I think.
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, I think the 2 showrunners, or one of the showrunners from Doom Patrol, and then Crystal Henry, I think, are going to be the showrunners for Waller. Oh yeah, Jeremy Carver off of Doom Patrol, and then Crystal Henry, who did the HBO Watchmen series, which was stellar. Those 2 are going to be the showrunners for the Waller series, the Amanda Waller series.
I'd like to see the Nightwing from Titans get brought in, as we were talking about, like Batman and Robin and stuff. I think the actor that is Nightwing in Titans, I think he would be amazing.
Wasn't Jason Todd in Titans too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought I did.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's. I thought he was pretty good. I mean, Brenton. I think it's Brenton or Brendan. He's a solid actor, and I watched some of his stuff before he had been cast, or right when they announced his casting. He only had like a couple films, but he did a fantastic job in the stuff that he was in. I just think I'd like to see them go with somebody who is more of a natural gymnast than he looks to be, because he looks kind of
all right. I'll call James Gunn, man. All right.
I already texted him and told him this. So because he blocked you. He said he doesn't want to hear from you anymore. He said to stop texting him asking for Gal Gadot's phone number.
I didn't ask for that.
I thought it was because Paul bought all the Just for Men. That's why his hair is still white. If you look at James Gunn, his hair is white.
Well, he didn't want to bring that up either. But yeah, he's kind of
sold out
about that. Yeah,
sold out in his location.
All right, I'll call James Gunn. You talked me into it.
Look at him. Look at the fear on this man's face right here.
Fear.
Fear.
What fear?
Well, go ahead and show them James Gunn's autograph on that police report he took.
I ain't got no police report.
All right.
No,
so that's the deal with those. All right, so let's bring up. We got a where is it? Where is she?
I'm doing a waffle on that Biggie Shack. No, if you want an entry on that.
All right.
Free rug.
So here she is. This is a frame grab from Peacemaker. The episode.
She's supposed to be like scaring people or something.
Yeah. Okay. So that's no. She was upset because her daughter revealed the existence of Task Force X to the world in a press conference. So, but yeah, Peacemaker. If you haven't caught it yet, stellar film. Lots of content in it, but it's stellar. It's so well done. It's some of the best DC that we've seen outside of animation. Viola Davis is coming back in her own TV show. It's called. It's going to be called, I think, either Waller or Amanda Waller. Like I said, it's the showrunners Crystal Henry from the Watchmen HBO series, which is also amazing if you haven't watched it, and Jeremy Carver, who is behind the pleasant surprise of Doom Patrol. It's going to serve as a bridge show after Peacemaker season 1. And it's going to extend to Peacemaker season 2 whenever they should do that, because it has been put on hold while James Gunn works on, as a studio head instead of just a filmmaker. So, so we got that. So, panel, what are your thoughts on that? On this?
I think it'll be good. I think what's cool is if you look at a lot of the characters that they brought back, before James Gunn got there, she's probably been in how many shows and movies has she been in already? She's been in a lot.
She's been in at least 3 DC films, if not 4.
Yeah, and then the Peacemaker show. So
yeah, that's right.
So if you think about it, I think she's been the longest doing DC. Like, I mean, no other characters really, and now she's getting her own show.
She's a good assertive actress. Very.
Yeah, no, she is. She's really good, and I think that's good. And a lot of people don't talk about her. Credit what it's due, but she's a great actress, and I'm glad they kept her. Yeah, she sells that part.
She really does. And the thing that's interesting to note, I'll throw this in there real quick. This is not her first time to headline a television show. For those who know her from a while back, she headlined that show, How to Get Away with Murder. And she just knocked it out of the park. Such a good show. If you haven't watched it, you can find it on streaming. But yeah, she headlined that show for, I think it was like 3 or 4 seasons it ran.
Yep.
It was like 7.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of seasons.
It was good. It was good.
It was really good.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, some of her stuff in that show was just priceless.
So
Amanda Waller, anything?
Don't even look happy.
Like her. I'm looking like her right
No,
now.
I was just gonna say that I like what they're doing with the characters, or so much the series. They're kind of bringing them back and forth, kind of connect the universes. Marvel tried it with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it just didn't make sense because they didn't consider it part of the MCU, and it was really confusing.
Yeah,
you should watch it and you'd be okay. I'm gonna see this in the movie. You would see no references at all. Here they're trying
but you seen Coulson though in there though. That's what.
Yeah, but I mean,
thought they were trying to link it like that.
It was just weird. So I'm kind of glad they're gonna try and do that and integrate the 2 universes. Kind of keep them together by doing stuff like that. They're gonna have her back and forth, like you said. They're gonna have characters in and out of the shows and the movies to kind of all keep it as one. So
now, how does that work costly though for them? Like, are they going to do is it like they sign up for a year contract and that includes a movie?
Well,
TV show?
we'd have to ask Paul, because Paul has a contract like that with this show. So I think he gets paid more if this goes to movie. So we have to
so when the giveaway show, the movie comes out, rest assured nobody will see any profits except for Paul.
Yeah,
Paul has a pretty good agent.
Yeah, and then now that we have that new sponsor that Paul brought out, so I think we'll be all right.
I don't even know what that was. That was the most random, horrifying thing.
I thought it was a video of Paul for a second. I was like, where's this video? No.
Oh man. Okay. Let me try to find where.
And then what's the?
All right. So
next Waller.
So there's Waller, and then the next one up is Lanterns.
This is about damn time.
Yeah. So Lanterns, a true detective style mystery that's at the center of the DC universe, and it'll star Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. It's described as being much more terrestrial in nature, like they are space cops, and their precinct is Earth.
That's cool.
So yeah, I can't find the actual artwork, but the artwork that they chose to talk about that show is very, it's very interesting that they chose what they chose, because it was very much a. It was very like gritty and very much like a Jay Lee type of piece of art. And so I'm trying to find it, and I just can't find it here.
I think what's good is that they're bringing in not just one major character; they're bringing in two, and then they have their own backstory, so they're going to bring in the people that revolve around them. So I think that's what's pretty cool. So I mean, what's good about having two is you get double the characters that come around them. So, and I like the way they're going to do the whole detective thing, because if you think about it, no one would ever think do a storyline like that or do something similar to that. And like I said, the way they're not going the safe route and doing like origin stories, doing the stories that people know, like Paul and Weapon X were saying. They're changing it up. They're changing the formula. So I think this show's going to be really, really good. It's not animated, right? It's a live action.
Yeah, probably. But to your point, real quick on the cookie cutter. I mean, if you look at the basics, it's a buddy cop, series. They have two space cops, so they're gonna try and make it like your typical buddy cop shows where they have maybe a one guy who's the bad guy, the bad cop, and one who's the good cop. Perhaps is how they're gonna maybe try and play off each other to make it work. Because you said they're not bringing in one, they're bringing in two to kind of work that. So, and that's a lot of, if you look at a lot of shows that are successful, there's always like a buddy cop, something like that. Look at Rush Hour and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I just hope they don't go the route of Gotham. I didn't like Gotham.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get. Gotham was very much a CW show.
Yeah.
Tonally, CW Dark is like still very, very light and fluffy. But True Detective, if you haven't seen season 1, very dark, very, very well done show. And it's interesting what they've done every season with that show. They've changed the cast, and they've kind of continued to tell different mystery stories. But the neat thing is that this, applying that to Green Lantern, that's not necessarily the property I would have thought to apply.
Yeah, same.
But I don't know. The minute he said it, it just kind of works.
I don't think they're going to do the good cop, bad cop. I think they're going to have, maybe they're going to have Hal Jordan's been there for a while, and they're probably going to have bringing on Jon Stewart, because Jon Stewart takes the mantle after the fact of Hal Jordan. So I'm thinking he's going to bring him up and showing him the ropes of what they do as far as the Lantern Corps and all that.
Kind of like a Men in Black type thing? Or what?
Yeah, kind of like, because Hal Jordan's a test pilot, and Neil Adams and Danny O'Neill, I think it was, got Jon Stewart as a Marine who got and actually got it because Hal Jordan quit. But, I mean, I'm thinking they're Kyle Rayner, that would be Kyle Rayner. Yeah. And
there's Guy Gardner.
Oh, man, bring him in there. Oh, my God.
Jon Stewart.
And then Kilowog.
That's the one that trained a bunch of the Green Lantern Corps. But, yeah, I'm thinking that Hal Jordan's been there and Jon Stewart will be on, I'm thinking. Or they could do the Weapon X with Weapon X saying the good cop, bad cop. But I'm thinking they're going to do like a Men in Black thing where he's going to bring him along and show him the ropes.
Yeah, I got to be honest and say that I actually see it being as they're two guys that have been in it together for a while, and they're coming across a
you mean like they meet up together?
No, they've been working together for a while. I think they've been working together for a while. Here's something this just occurred to me. I'm going to throw this out there and y'all tell me what y'all think of this. What if the part of the mystery ties in and they're setting up Hal Jordan turning into Parallax?
Wow, that's pretty dark, right?
Yeah, that would be very dark, and it would be a huge, like.
I think it's too early because then he kills the Lantern Corps.
Yeah. I mean, it is too early, but I think, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think
maybe they introduced the Lantern Corps.
Yeah,
'Cause he-
I don't think they would do it, but I think they are going to introduce other members of the Green Lantern Corps because it
if he-
makes sense.
They
If
should.
he-
They really
Yeah.
should.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think there's
I
no
never thought
reason
of it
for
like
them not
that.
to. So okay,
Now it's going to be based off of, on Earth, right?
yes, yeah.
So and then you think about what cities are they going to?
Well, them two are so the Lanterns have the sectors that they protect. So those two protect the Earth or whatever sector they call the Earth.
Right.
But I mean, I guess wow, just to do Parallax. Wow, that was. I think they would
that would
introduce Sinestro, then do I don't know. They'll have to do what Kyle Rayner. Because he's the White Lantern that stops him.
There's a lot of material that they could pull from, but the idea that they're going to match it to the fact that they're going to match it tonally to True Detective, and that these two are going to be trying to solve a mystery that's actually going to be connected to the
Sector
overarching
2414.
story. Yeah, that's wild to me. That is
wow.
wild.
I mean, what you said. Wow. That'd be pretty dark.
It would be. It would be. I'm not saying that it would all happen in that show. I'm just saying that what if they started to lay the groundwork for that? Right. Oh man, that would just be bizarre.
I think they would do the Lantern Corps. I mean, and then Sinestro and all that. I mean, wow, that would make sense because John Stewart's there. He turns.
Well,
not John Stewart.
Hal
Jordan turns.
Hal Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But John Stewart's there, so he turns. That's what I'm saying. They already
what if they take your idea, Carlos? But each season they do a different core.
That's yeah.
This first season or whatever, maybe it's just them. But then the next season, like you said, like in True Detective, it's always a new cast each season.
That's right. Oh.
So if they do that, they can spot.
Or do they go to different sections of the Green Lantern Corps?
They could.
Maybe these guys have not. What's the ones that summon them all the time? In Oa,
to planet Oa.
Yeah, but the Guardians? Is it Guardians? Yeah, they could tell them, hey, can you check out this section? Now he's saying they're going to be detectives and wonder what happened to these other lanterns.
Yeah.
And then they can introduce the yellow lanterns, the red lantern. I think orange is one person. I don't think he has yellow and red. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot they could do. Man,
So really cool. We're really looking forward to that one. Okay, next up is Paradise Lost, and this is being described as a Game of Thrones style drama set in Themyscira pre Wonder Woman.
No, I don't even. I mean,
Paul,
what do you think?
Watch it.
I think Paul's going to die the first episode.
I'm going to go ahead.
I'm not so sure about this one because they've shown the origin of Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
So
this is getting good.
Why do we need to go to the island or whatever
Themyscira
that she was from? Because we've already seen the origin. So what's more? Are they diving deeper into like the Amazon storyline, or it's just kind of it's going to be interesting because I'm not so sure about this one. I'm really not.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think this one is all in the execution. Yep. If they, this could be Andor. Or like House of Cards pre Kevin Spacey scandal, or West Wing. It could be one of those really cool kind of political intrigue type stories. It could be something like that. It could be Game of Thrones, which combines like combat with the political maneuvering. Like it could be that, or it could be what's that. Lord of the Rings one that didn't do very well on Amazon. I can't remember what that one's called. Like One Ring or what is it called? The Rings of Power.
Yeah, something like that.
What is your take on it, Mr. Collector?
I mean, I hope they kind of go the
Oh, sorry.
Game of Thrones route, because they can do it to where you have certain women that want to take over the whole thing, and they're trying to maybe they have something split up and then try to do something similar like that. So I if they go that route, I mean, because that's Game of Thrones. I mean, you have your different families, and then
Correct.
everyone's trying to get over the kingdom. So they do something like that. I think that's something different. But then because they had to deal with their politics and their land, their people. So if they do a route like that, it's something different. I mean, yeah, it's been done before, Game of Thrones, obviously, but but you have it set to a different. It's with DC, and then it's you have your women in there, strong women. So I mean, it's different.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, and like you said, I mean, if it's going to be a Game of Thrones, which HBO pretty much has the success with, I mean, like you said, it's going to be dark, gritty, but also to touch on Paul's point, the reason why he likes it's going to have women, and Game of Thrones had a lot of nudity.
You guys are all wrong.
Very, very true.
You guys are all wrong.
I don't know if that sponsor you brought was gonna like that idea.
You guys are all wrong. Good Lord.
But yeah, no, I mean, like Carlos was saying, it's probably gonna be something with the families. Maybe they'll introduce other families that are on the other side of the island that maybe we never see in the DC books, and you're gonna get the chance to see them. It's okay. There's another whole battle going on between the families on the islands for what the Amazons should be doing, with the rest of the world, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another thought is like, if they decided, like if they just, I mean, like okay, so we've seen other shows that are kind of like these prequel to one of the big trinities. So we saw the Pennyworth show that was about Alfred the Butler, and that was like a prequel show. Then and then there was Gotham when he was a kid. But that kind of got, I don't know, that kind of blurred the line. But then there was also, if y'all remember, that Krypton show that was like the prologue to Superman, and it was like his great grandfather or something. And I mean, I don't know. I didn't really watch many of those. I didn't watch two of those shows. I did watch Gotham. I thought it was well done, but you kind of what happens with these prequel shows is that eventually you start off painted into a corner because you only have so much time before you're going to start getting to, like, it's what happened to Smallville. Smallville in and of itself was essentially a prequel show, but you start getting into his adult life because the show goes on for so long that, it's like you're stuck. You have to start the original story, but you're always precluded from doing that. So,
but that's what's good about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all are wrong and wrong.
Well, that's what's good about a show like this, though, because if you have different families throughout, you have their kids growing up, and they take over the mantles, and they take over wherever sectors they're in. So it's not based off of just one character, because of course they age. So of course the story has to go on. But something like this, even though the characters are getting old, you have their children coming in, and as they're getting older, they start taking over the main storyline. So something like this is good because there's no characters that they're saying it's focused on one person. It's based off of the whole thing.
So here's a different take on maybe this show. I don't know. And I just thought of this. So what if, because they're gearing up for the gods and versus monsters, or gods and monsters, right? So what if they're going to bring in some of these monsters to some of these stories, like Ares, for example. He's the son of Zeus. And let's say they start bringing in that origin and explaining how Ares came to be, and potentially like how he became evil versus the good that the Wonder Woman and the Amazonians were or are.
That doesn't work.
Don't worry, Paul. They die at the end.
No, because the Themyscira does not allow men on the island. So we are going to find out from the show why men are not allowed on that because of the secret origin that they do not like men.
But they did work with Zeus. So Zeus was
Yeah.
one of their allies.
Well, Zeus and what's her name made Wonder Woman. But what I'm
Well-
saying, we in this show we will find out why men are hated on Themyscira. That's what.
I don't, Paul. I don't know
mean,
about that.
I can tell
Yeah,
you right
man,
now. I can tell you right now.
Yeah,
Paul,
right.
you're
Reason
gonna
for
be the
no
reason. They're gonna put you on the show. You're the reason. Paul's the villain.
See, there you go. Thank
He-Man haters club.
Thank you, Mary.
Mary
said,
put
"True
that.
that.
10
Thank
minutes
you,
ago
Mary."
before he said that. No, that was.
Thank you, Mary.
She
Well, I
said
mean, like,
true that a
She did
long
not.
time
No,
ago.
she did
Yeah.
not
Like,
say that a long time ago.
Sorry.
Thank you,
Now
Mary.
the only thing I'm worried about just as a general whole thing to go back because James Gunn is writing the script for Superman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot to take
That one
on.
in another show, he said that he had done one of the
Well,
TV
he
shows
wrote
he
all
did.
7 episodes of Creature Commandos.
Oh yeah, Creature Commandos.
So-
Yeah.
I think that's a lot to take on, and in everything he's planning out for the future, and to write a film, that's a lot. You writing a script is one thing, but then you still have to go back and change certain
Right,
stuff.
right.
So I think that's a lot to take on. And not saying that he can't do it, but I mean, he what he was doing is not the same thing he was doing at Marvel. He wasn't
Right.
over. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's a lot for him to take on.
they're getting ready to do the Avengers show, pretty much, right? With the gods and monsters. So they're starting to gear up to start telling these stories about these different people or about these different enemies, and I bet you they all go to war in the gods and monsters.
I could definitely see that there being a battle that where okay, because he's hinted at Kingdom Come being something that he's looking at, right? What if he did a version of Kingdom Come that was starting to set up these two sides? Because Kingdom Come is very much about superhumans versus humans. There's two sides to it, right? But what if he's starting to what if he's laying the groundwork for that? I mean, that's a possibility, but because he doesn't have to do it as a future Elseworlds story, it could be a here and now story that
we're talking about 5 shows for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying from what she's saying, I think that they may be gearing up to fight a bigger villain. Maybe they're going to combine the gods and the monsters to fight the big villain.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe either they, like she said, they may fight each other, or I think they'll gear up to he's going to introduce the big bad that they're all going to fight. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like that'll form the Justice League per se.
Yeah. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. I told you that.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Mary.
He don't know how to read.
No, he don't. He's good.
Yes, I do know how to read. I just told y'all.
He's stuck in that pink room for a reason.
Yeah. So, Paul, do you think when they start fighting, do you think that they're going to stop fighting because everybody's mom is named Martha? And then they'll just stop.
I hope James Gunn doesn't do that.
That's not fair. Man, look, y'all.
They tied it in and they stopped fighting. They're like, we're not
He didn't
fighting.
care about that story. He
Oh,
just wanted to make pretty
man.
pictures.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. So the last one. What's the last one?
okay, so last up, let me bring him up. So the last one, if you haven't if you're looking for something to watch and you want to get some more information, we did release a video on him like a couple weeks ago. The top 10 Booster Gold comics to add to your collection. You almost might think that we had some kind of insider knowledge. Maybe somebody
leaked something.
What is
script?
Tell us the script, man. What is going on in Booster Gold?
The next 10 years right here.
All right. Let's leave him alone. His secrets are his to tell. All right. Booster Gold. Booster Gold, the lovable loser from the future who steals future tech from a museum and comes back in time to rebuild his image and become the superhero, the adored superhero that he has always wanted to be. I'm of the opinion that that Booster Gold is one of the greatest unearthed superhero character studies that we could ever see. If anybody who is a fan of Galaxy Quest, which is one of the best Star Trek films ever made, saw how effectively humor and poignancy can be combined to create an incredibly emotionally impacting story. And I'm of the opinion that if they go that route, yes, they make him funny, they make him tragic, they make him kind of pitiful and pathetic, but then he's provided the opportunity for a redemption. I could see a lot going on there. And hey, we're excited. Not only did we unveil the Carl's Collects Comics Series 1 stickers, collect them all, but we also tonight are going to be unveiling an exclusive variant that's only available at paulspinkroom.com.
Oh man,
here it is,
here we
folks.
go. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. This is a photo cover of the actor that they have negotiated with to play the character of Booster Gold in the live action series.
Man, what the hell?
As you can see, this gentleman is
well,
an American hero.
At least
Right,
Weapon
yeah,
X is
exactly.
trying to get it. Almost makes me fit on there.
That's a pretty good fit, Paul. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
Photoshop. I don't know which of y'all did that, but that's pretty fantastic.
Oh, that was Weapon X. Now now this version of Booster Gold, the glasses that he's wearing, he can see inside the future, see into the future. So he kind of mixed.
James Willie, man, look how they treat me, James Willie. Let him know, James Willie.
So he's gonna
right.
go over there with the girls on the island and use his super vision.
Wow,
his X-ray vision.
Yeah,
even better than Edwin's sweater vest.
I missed that. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, for those who are not following at Strictly Comics on Instagram, and you're missing out on some comedy gold. And then you also need to follow at Mr. Collector 123 and at WeaponX 578.
They don't have anything better to do but take people in. Well, I tell you,
I did ask myself, man, these dudes.
Well, just to let y'all know, I turned down James
Gunn,
Gunn, so that is not going to happen.
All right. So that exclusive photo variant for Booster Gold number 17.
Right,
which is an
with
issue.
the movie photo. It's got the movie photo cover. So
right, yeah, coming from the new HBO. You heard it here first. When the new show drops on HBO Max, this is what you can expect to see. For most of you,
That's awesome.
in fact, all of you probably won't bother to tune in now that you've seen.
but Paul,
They'll just tune in because I die at the end.
Oh wait, hang on.
Oh god,
this is for the Batman too.
Oh yeah, so this is a Talon action figure. This is a leaked again. Mr. Collector always has the scoops. This is from Batman Part 2.
And that's just like the same feet.
Two left feet.
I mean,
Rob
assembly might be required.
Liefeld must have done that.
Yo, Green Machine, man. Don't talk to them guys, man. They
Some assembly might be required.
2 left feet. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Booster Gold. What do you guys think of Booster Gold?
I think it'll be good. Like you said, it'll be a little comedy type thing where they're playing it, back and forth. And so I think it'll be a good, different type of, I think it'll be like sort of like Peacemaker, like a comedy type, show where it'll be good. You'll get laughs out of it instead of kind of being a serious series. So.
But I'm going to say though, that finale for Peacemaker, man, they earned it. Mm-hmm. Like that show was so good, and the finale, It was they
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah. Booster Gold. Yeah. The finale was good. I liked how they brought in the like you said, the Justice League and Aquaman and stuff. And it was actually the guy, that was there. And he's in the back with the fish or whatever. So
Yeah. What else you guys got on Booster Gold?
Do you think it'll be more like Deadpool?
I don't
Funny
think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna go. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go like that with it.
Yeah.
because he breaks the barrier, the fourth wall. Deadpool, he takes to talk to the
Yeah.
audience.
I think Deadpool is a version of absurdist that really would only work in the DC universe. It would really only work with like a character like Ambush Bug.
Ooh, what about Lobo?
Lobo, yeah, they could do
Maybe.
some of it.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing is they I don't know that they could break the fourth wall with Lobo. I think there's very few characters that you can get away with breaking the fourth wall, because the thing is, even from the comic book, She-Hulk broke the fourth wall, but it didn't quite. I don't know if it translated as well when it was on the show.
Mhm.
No, probably not.
So I don't know. I'd be surprised if they took it like Deadpool. I could see it being much more. I'm trying to think of another equivalent, but Galaxy Quest is what keeps coming to my mind as being like the perfect match, because it was so poignant at the end of Galaxy Quest. It was so heartfelt. So Lobo would break the fifth wall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, final thoughts on Booster Gold from anybody?
I heard that a lot of people were wanting Chris Pratt to play him.
Wow.
So I heard people were saying that they want him to play him, but then there's also a group of people saying that they don't want that either, that they don't think he would be the right person. A lot of people are also saying I didn't see the movie, but the Top Gun movie that came out.
Powell. Glenn
him.
Powell. Yeah.
I heard about him.
What they did say is that they are already in talks with an actor that's their first choice to play Booster Gold. So they're already in talks with him, but they they haven't locked the deal and enough to talk, to put it out there yet. I think we're going to see a lot, we're going to see so many announcements drop for DC over the next year that it's going to be a nonstop thing. And the thing is I think part of the reason why they are working on getting some of these people locked so fast is because they might still be able to do something with basically they have to have a lot of these cast people locked into place by the time Superman films, so that if they're going to, because what I had seen was that Superman Legacy is going to a lot of superheroes are already going to exist, and so you'll probably see references to some of these characters in the tapestry of super, because remember, he's working at the Daily Planet. It's a newspaper, it's a global newspaper. They're probably going to be reporting on news, including superheroes. Easy cameos and little Easter eggs for fans to drop in there. And I could absolutely see them going that route with it, because that gives so much depth to the world right off the bat, so that they don't have to introduce people and other things. They just immediately start showing them off there. I'm not saying they would do that with but put Booster Gold in the Superman movie, but I just think that they're a lot further along on some of these characters than we know about. And some of the somebody, I read somewhere that somebody is already writing one of these other properties, but they did not name who it was. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it might have been that's what it was. So the Authority, there is a writer already attached, already writing the first draft of the script, but they just did not share who it was. So they're already working on these properties, and for them to, and then remember, James Gunn said that they never start casting until a script is finished. So if they are saying that they are close to locking in a Booster Gold actor, there's probably some scripts, like at the least treatments for the season that have already been hashed out. So I don't think, I mean, if James Gunn had the time to write 7 episodes of Creature Commando and get work in on Superman Legacy, then they've got and they have a writer's room real quick. They've got, the people in the writer's room, Drew Goddard, who wrote The Martian, that excellent film by Ridley Scott with Matt Damon. He's part of the writer's room. Jeremy Slater, who came off of Moon Knight. Christina Hobson, who wrote The Flash and Batgirl. I don't know about that. Crystal Henry, she was one of the showrunners for she was the writer for Watchmen, which was an excellent HBO series. And then Tom King, the comic writer from Batman and Mr. Miracle. So, I mean, you've got to imagine that there's already scripts being generated right now.
Yeah.
And they're probably a lot further along than we realize.
I think they're trying to hurry up and cast, because if they're trying to get, they're trying to start fresh and, everyone's younger, I think they're going to try to go for actors and actresses that are up and coming, especially before Marvel tries to get a hold of them.
Yep. You hit the nail on the head. They are in a race against time, because remember, Marvel is soaking up actors left and right.
Especially younger ones right now.
Right. Yep. So yeah, that's a really good point too.
And then to that point, does DC or whoever, do they kind of, you got The Rock, you got John Cena, do they kind of stick their hand back into the wrestling and ask maybe some of those guys, like, hey, which one of y'all guys are coming out? Do y'all want to play Booster Gold? Because you've already got the physique to play that character. That's what I'm thinking too. They're gonna, collectors, so they're gonna find people that are kind of unknowns or up and comers, where they can pay a lot less and lock them in for a longer time than say a Chris Pratt or somebody like that, which is gonna cost them more to keep them locked up. So
that's a good point too. So all right, so final thoughts and shout outs from the panel, because we do need to go ahead and wrap it up. We are at 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's been a marathon show, but we've had so much to go over, and I've really enjoyed this, because there was a lot of cool stuff that was released, and we got a chance to talk about it. So who wants to? Let's see. Let's tell you what. Let's go to the one we started with, Teresa.
No. I'm dealing with work for a second.
Oh, okay. All right. So Weapon X, you wanna
sure
talk it up?
Real quick? No. I mean, like I said, everybody, go out there and pick up your booster golds. Like I said, this crazy guy here, he has booster golds issues 2, 3, and 4 for $59. I don't know what this guy's smoking, but El Green Machine, like I said, I don't know what happened to your winnings last week. I think my daughter misplaced them, so I'll try and get your stuff, replaced. But but no, I mean, I think the whole release was good. It got a good chance for all the fans to kind of see what direction James Gunn is going to take the DCU moving forward. My only thing, and this is kind of in my head, the way I kind of have a dark horse thing. What if, and this is a what if he's there for secondary reasons? What if Disney sent James Gunn over there to kind of get that universe ready, so that they can come in and pick up DC down the road? Because at some point, AT&T is going to want to sell that portion of their business out and get rid of them. So what if they send them, hey, why don't you go over there? We'll give you the blessing. You go DC, you build it up for us, and then we'll come in a few years and we'll buy it out, and we'll make sure that you get paid. Has anybody ever thought of that? Because, like I mentioned earlier, they were trying to sell AT&T was trying to sell DC a few years ago, and no one stepped forward. So that's what I think about now.
What I did think about real quick, I'll throw this in there, is, Kevin Feige's contract expires in 3 years. And so does James Gunn and Peter Safran's. What if they came over to prepare the way so that Kevin Feige could come over and take over, and then James Gunn would be one of his filmmakers, because they are close friends.
Right.
Nah, exactly. But I don't think Marvel would just
let him
just leave, because he's the head honcho. I don't think
they'd kill him before they let him go.
I mean, he's already set the thing, but I mean, for him to leave, it would just be like bad terms with Marvel, but I don't see that happening.
Well, I never would have thought I'd see Stan Lee come over and work for DC, but it happened.
Yeah.
He came and worked for DC.
Yeah.
Oh, he made
Yeah, you don't
the
remember that?
DC characters. Yeah, when he did the
Yeah,
DC characters.
yeah.
Yeah, he
He
did 'em
just
all.
imagine Stan Lee creating.
I
Yeah,
love that.
that was a low blow to Marvel. I'll say that for sure.
I
All right,
mean,
so Paul, while we're on you, why don't you say your final thoughts, shout outs?
all right. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm sorry, but we tried to get some professional panel members on here for professional stuff, but as you can see, we didn't get that. We just got what we got. But no, I'm glad that they're here and had a great show. DC's back on the map. I mean, people have been buying up a bunch of DC stuff when they had announced James Gunn's excited. A lot of the panel members are excited. I mean, this is gonna. I mean, finally they're finally gonna get back on the map and hopefully give us. But like I said, this guy's gonna be at the Power Show. Carlos Barberi.
Carlo.
Yeah,
Carlo.
Carlos
You
Barberi.
gotta quit
Carlo.
mispronouncing his name.
Hey
dude.
man, I've talked to the man. So yeah, he will be there at the show. I got yelled at for letting y'all know, but thanks Carlos and thanks Mr. Collector and Teresa and Weapon X for being here. Always good times with these guys, and y'all hit sub up Carlos, and he's almost there at 4,000. Come check us out tomorrow on the power auction. We'll be there. A couple guys probably have some of these books available. But yeah, we'll see y'all
If you're
next
looking for
Wednesday.
your overpriced DC books, Paul's got them all for you.
Damn right.
He's locked down
God.
that market.
All right, Mr. Collector, you're up next.
May God have mercy on Paul's soul. But besides that, thank you
What?
for coming in tonight. Great show as always. And it's always great, Teresa, whenever you can come on. I know you have a lot to do with work, so cool to have you
Oh,
on
Lord.
Weapon X. I see. Yeah, I'm glad you're on more and more now.
My goodness.
And Paul. Anyways, Carlos, thank you for having me on.
Don't even say nothing because I ain't going to help you out next time.
Yes, sir.
$10. $10.
And then, but no, thank you again, everyone. Before y'all log off, make sure to hit that like button, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday. Thank you.
Awesome. Teresa Newell, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you guys for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. Great group of guys on here. I'm not even going to say gentlemen because we got that one up there.
Oh yeah,
But,
you're talking about Carlos. Yep.
Spoiled apple.
Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it, Carlos. It's great to be with you guys and joke around and have some fun. You guys will be able to see me on betas on Saturday. I'll be selling. Come check it out. So
Cool.
but thank you, Carlos, for having me. It's an honor. And Mr. Collector, it's always fun to hang out. Weapon X, you too. And then you got the bum up there, but
Watch your bum.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, and let's keep moving. So Weapon X, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna let you have Mike one more time.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Carlos, for having me, for inviting me. Like I said, I appreciate it. I get to work with your big talent star, Paul. I mean, I'm trying to emulate him, as you can see. I'm trying to get the room going and kind of get his like viewership going, like he has, and hopefully, I can aspire to be like Paul one day and kind of get a big contract and be on the show. But no, thanks for everybody. Like I said, Teresa, Mr. Collector, Carlos, and Paul. Like I said, we all had good input. I think we're all excited about this announcement. I myself am not a big DC fan, but I am excited when he announced this stuff to see, like I said, his vision for those properties, to see where they go with that. And like I said, we're almost there for the show to reach 4,000 watch hours, so that'll be good definitely for the show and for Carlos. So catch us next week and see what we got going on next week.
Heck yeah.
If I'm still invited next week.
Nope.
He's muted.
He said Paul's the greatest panel member ever. Without Paul, there's no Carlos show. He's like, Paul,
you're fired. Paul, fired. Does he not know?
I think they're both muted now.
They muted each other.
No, I didn't mute him.
Carlos, what?
He stayed
Carlos, I get a pay
muted.
raise?
Yeah, there's only two people that can mute on this channel right now. Me and you.
You muted yourself.
All right. So here's the deal. This next Wednesday, I will be out because it's going to be a later night at work, special event, so I will not be able to be here. But in my stead, Paul will be taking over the reins.
Oh, no.
It is the second Wednesday of the month. So Paul's going to be taking over the reins, and I'll get a chance to talk to him because he's probably forgotten that he committed to doing this. Yeah, look
Carlos,
at him.
how many sick days do I get? Carlos, how many sick days do I get out of the year?
You what?
Sick days do I get for the year?
Wait, how many what?
Sick days do I get to use?
That's right. Yeah, we got to look at your contract, buddy. But hey, I will be out. I have a special event for Works, and it's going to go late next week. So rather than waiting until I get here, Paul will go ahead and start it and host it. But make sure you tune in though. Also this Friday, where is it? I hope, did I load it? I bet I didn't load it. All right. So this Friday, make sure that you tune in 10 p.m. Central here on the channel. My picks for the top 10 Daredevil comics to add to your collection. So if you're a Daredevil fan or you want to see what I have to say about Daredevil, this Friday night, 10 p.m. Central, the top 10 Daredevil books that that video is going to be going live. So make sure that you tune in for that. Also, like I shared earlier, on Friday, February the 24th, this is our once a month series creator interview. I'll be interviewing David Papos. He's the writer of Savage Avengers, The OZ, Going to the Chapel, Spencer and Locke, and Scout's Honor, one of my personal favorites. David is going to be joining me on Friday, February the 24th at 11 a.m. And it's going to be a live stream interview, very podcast style. If you didn't catch this month's, you can catch it on the channel. It's got its own playlist for creator interviews, and I interviewed Joffrey Cotton. And that was a really cool 90-minute interview that we did. It's going to be the same thing for David, except it'll be during the day. So make sure that you tune in for that as well. Last thing, if you saw the stickers earlier, if you didn't catch it earlier, you can catch it on the rewind. Go back and check it out. We revealed the stickers for the giveaway show. They're exclusive to this season of the giveaway show. After that, you won't be able to get one. We'll go to the season 2 of them, which will feature the new cast. But I'm excited about this because everybody that gets a sticker, which is every giveaway winner, will have the chance to follow the instructions included with the sticker, and you'll have a chance to win a slab in May. And we got a lot more cool things coming down the pipe for the channel because we will be doing a premium membership tier at some point. I'm still working on what the details of that are going to be, and then we'll also be doing some other cool stuff. Just so including more interviews, some convention coverage, and other stuff coming down the pipe. Just lots of fun stuff. What was that? Lots of cool stuff coming. So make sure you tune in here. Remember, Mondays, we've got the Monday Hauls live, and then Wednesdays, this is the giveaway show. And then Fridays, our Friday features will go live at different times of the day, but stay tuned here. You can also find on the YouTube channel, the first playlist on the home page is This Week on Carl's Collects Comics. It's a brand new feature that I've added to make it easy for you to find the brand new, freshest content. It's all centered around the hobby that we all love, which is comic books. So thank y'all so much for being here tonight and for tuning in. It means the world to see each and every one of you popping up in the chat. Thank y'all, and we will be seeing y'all next time. So bye-bye. There you go. Messages aplenty from everybody, the Weapon X branding and everything else. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night. We will see y'all.